Today we're going to be looking at a tutorial on how to do a yarn weave in African American hair. So this is what your hair needs to look like when you start off in a loose fro after doing a deep condition and shampoo. Then you will need to split the hair into boxes and parts with a straight fine-toothed comb and get the hair smoothed out nicely. Then you will need to cut your yarn into pieces according to the length of the braids and the thickness that you want. So my sister this time, she wanted her braids to come down to her shoulder length and to be thicker braids. So we cut the strands of yarn to be several yards long, and you'll see why in just a minute. So here my mom is splitting a small section of hair into two portions. She took one small box of hair and split it into two halves, and then took the yarn, folded it in half once, folded it in half again, and then folded it in half one more time to give the braid a really thick look once you put it in the hair. Next, she's going to take those two sections that were previously divided and twist the yarn around one of the sections of the hair while holding the middle portion of the yarn close to the scalp. So she wraps the yarn around the sections of hair for those two sections until she gets it all the way wrapped around the yarn, which you can see her doing right now. And once she has that done, she takes the two sections of yarn and hair and twists the braids. You take the section on the right, twist it to the right, and then put it over the strand in your left hand. So then you do that again. You take the section in your right hand, twist it to the right, put it over top the section in your left hand, and you do that again and again until you have run out of yarn. And in these braids, we simply put knots at the end because the beads that you typically see at the end of these kinds of braids wouldn't fit. But once you get to the end, you can either tie them off or you can put beads on the end, and that would require a whole different tutorial. But this is the end result. You have a head full of braids, super adorable. This took several hours to do, but my sister loved it and it looked adorable.